All right, guys, how's it going? Well, I've been out and bought you the Spanish Football Daily today, thanks to Jeff Patenga, one of my regulars around here, who kindly bought the newspapers for us today. I haven't brought them home. There was no need to really. I went to the cafe, digested everything, left them with the owner like I usually do. I like to leave the papers for the workmen or whatever. I only like to, I like to bring them home if I need to show you something, about Liverpool specifically. So there's nothing in the Spanish Football Daily today specifically about Trent Alexander-Arnold and Real Madrid. That's what we're keeping an eye on at the moment. Not because we're expecting something to be there every day, but the Liverpool FC clique of journalists were previously, making out that the Spanish Football Dailies were packed with, reports of Real Madrid trying to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold. And I was saying to you at the time, I said, that's not true, guys, right? So I started buying those papers again for you. I bought them during the transfer window, stopped doing it when the window closed. And I'm doing it more so that you can see whether what they're saying is true or not. Since we've started buying the Spanish Football Dailies again, post the transfer window closing, none of them have said that. Have you noticed that, right? So I'm keeping an eye on what's in the papers for you, so you can go, yeah, that's a lot of coverage, or that isn't. Now, by me saying, there's nothing in the papers about Trent and Real Madrid today, doesn't mean I'm trying to say to you, no, they don't want to sign him, not at all. I just want you to see what the English journalists, if you like, what they're writing, whether it's true or not. And yes, we have seen the occasional report about Trent and Real Madrid, and I think we will see more now we're into November with that fixture coming up between Liverpool and Real Madrid, because they're masters of it. Real Madrid, especially in Marca, in the pro Real Madrid publication that many people say Florentino Perez writes himself. So they like to destabilise whether their interest in Trent is genuine or not. I guarantee we will hear such reports later this month. So, as well as keeping an eye on Trent, we do look at the other stuff like Dubamendi, Kubo, Mili Vanilli, Mamadashvili at Valencia and everything. But the other thing I'm keeping a close eye on is the reporting surrounding the so-called crisis at Real Madrid and needing defensive reinforcements, right? So, because the more they bang on about needing defensive reinforcements, as in, a centre-back, as in a right-back specifically, then that opens up the door for a possibility of Trent Alexander-Arnold. There hasn't really been much reporting until today, in the last, 10 days or something, about this crisis at Real Madrid. However, today, they are talking about it a little bit. And what they're saying is the two Spanish football dailies that are quite, that are pro Real Madrid, if you like, they're bigging up Arbeloa. Do you remember the former Liverpool defender? He's been coaching the youngsters at Real Madrid. He's going to take over from Raul and do like the equivalent of their reserves, if you like, at the end of the season. And basically, out of all the teams at Real Madrid, including the seniors, the first team, they're all not doing very well, apart from Arbeloa was doing really well with the youth team. There's even been suggestions that Arbeloa could replace Ancelotti at some time, right? So, yeah, I would like to touch on it because it's Arbeloa and he once played for Liverpool, and it's interesting to know what former Liverpool players are doing. But in this article today, I want to mention something to you which does touch on the right-back situation. They talk about the style of play, attractive, successful. Really, really bigging up Arbeloa in both newspapers today that focus primarily on Real Madrid. Now, they talk about the rise of youngsters coming through the ranks. The rise of Fortier with a first-team dynamic and character to reinforce the right-back is the latest example, right? And I looked into this a little bit for you, if I can find it. I have so much information. Where is it? I think it's here. So this kid was born in 2007. Is another young talent at Real Madrid, primarily playing as a right back. He's been part of Real Madrid's youth setup, La Fabrica, and has recently been promoted to the first team by manager Carlo Ancelotti. Fortier's promotion comes as a response to injuries in the senior squad, particularly to Dani Carvajal. Known for his versatility and ability to perform both defensively and offensively, Fortier has been described as a special talent and is seen as a potential successor to Carvajal. Carvajal. Look, I struggle pronouncing English words, but it's a bit Spanish, you know what I'm saying? Carvajal. His rapid progression from the youth ranks to the first team highlights his exceptional abilities and the trust the coaching staff has in his potential. So they're bigging this youngster up big time. Do you know what I mean? As potentially being the next main right back at Real Madrid. Where does that leave Trent? Do you know what I mean? Is it too soon for this youngster? Do you know what I mean? Maybe you know more about him. Do you know what I mean? But they've singled him out in this article because Real Madrid need to address this right-back situation. And I do think that this is relevant to Trent, right? Because this could obviously impact whether or not Real Madrid want to go and spend a lot of money on someone from that for the right-back position. Now, it wouldn't be a lot of money if it was Trent. But, you know, if there are other alternatives that they've been linked with, right? But the message that's being portrayed for several months now, I think, is that Real Madrid don't want to do business in the window. Perez doesn't like doing that in the January window, the winter window. And if he is going to do something in the winter window, in the January window, he wants to do something. He wants a bargain. He wants something on the cheap. Trent would be a bargain, wouldn't you? You would assume in January, if Liverpool even allowed him to go. Otherwise, they could lose him for free next summer. But it sounds like Real Madrid want stuff now. Do you know what I mean? If they have good results now, then that eases the pressure on them having to do something in January, but they're not having the best of results. Ancelotti's feeling under pressure. Bellingham's getting singled out as not delivering, although they're putting that onto Ancelotti, saying he's not using him properly. So anyway, the main message that I'm trying to give you here is Arbeloa is getting a lot of coverage in both of the pro-Real Madrid newspapers today, football dailies. Suggestions he could even replace Ancelotti at some point. But he's got no experience, no first team experience. He's done well with the kids, or he's doing well with the kids, set to take over the reserves, if you like. But all the other teams at Real Madrid are playing shite apart from Arbeloa's team. So that's one just to mention to you, because in case you're interested, because he's a former Liverpool player. But the second thing is that, you know, the article today in Marca, I think it was picking out this Fortea, I think it was Jesus Fortea, born in 2007. Who is tipped for stardom and could be the answer to Real Madrid's problems at right back. So I think that's important for us to consider that. So you might want to, if you're keeping an eye on Real Madrid, because you should be, if you're concerned or interested in what might happen with Trent. If Real Madrid are doing bad in the run up to the January window, then it makes it more likely that you could lose Trent Alexander-Arnold. Do you know what I mean? In January, but then that depends if Liverpool will do it. You know what I mean? I don't think I need to repeat all this. If Real Madrid are doing well, then they're going to chill out there, and maybe they'll wait for this youngster to develop properly. All right? If you want to look him up, it's Jesus, well, it's pronounced Jesus here, Fortea, Fortea. And that's about it, really, guys, on the Spanish newspaper front today. Yeah, nothing else to add, really. All right, so no specific mentions of Trent today. Yes, they're touching on Real Madrid's need to strengthen the defence. Arbeloa was being bigged up, you know what I mean? Like he's the only team that's doing really well. I think it was an 81% win rate. Let me see if I can find this for you. 81% of Arbeloa's victories. 81% of his games have been victories. 81% wins in 146 games. He's been illuminating and just brilliant. They're bigging him up big time. The latest talent machine that Arbeloa has built. Blah, blah, blah. Keep an eye on that kid for right back. All right, guys, I'll leave it with you. I'm under pressure. I don't know if you can tell. I've got a couple of hours before I head off to London. Now, I will be making videos on my other YouTube channel while I'm on my travels. If you would like to come across, it's youtube.com/Duncan Oldham, DUNCANOLDHAM. If you appreciate this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please drop me a comment. And if you want to buy me a coffee, because I'm not having a beer, I'm travelling. Do you know what I mean? I'll be having a beer later on. But if you want to buy me a coffee, then you can do so by hitting the thanks button, the super thanks button under the video description, and I will give you a shout out tomorrow morning. All right, guys, good to see you, man. Well, I can't see you, but you can see me, unfortunately. But I know you're here. I know you're watching. All right.